That doesn't seem like a compliment to be called a pageant girl, or that you only date pageant girls.
Definitely not. But I have to concur with the caller. The show is fantastic. Andrea, the lead, that's not her real name. It's who she is in the show. Is great. And yeah, I think you two would tear each other apart. But the woman that she was involved with would definitely be more the type to break your heart, or you break hers. Actually.
Yes. Well, yes.
What? Okay. I don't. All right.
But
in other news,
Steph, just to warn you, the show is subtitled, so you do have to pay attention and read. And I'm not sure if that's going to keep your attention, because you actually have to watch the whole thing without being interrupted.
Yep. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What were you just saying about the pie?
Yep. See what she did there?
Waka waka. You know what else is fantastic? And by recommendation of Jen Kirkman, which if she writes on Mrs. Maisel, she's one of the best writers ever. So if she says so, Hacks. And so I watched the whole with Jean Smart. Jean Smart is
absolutely really good,
fantastic.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Jean Smart is brilliant.
Yeah, so I watched the whole thing, the whole Hacks season. I'm done now. Now what? Okay, got to meet a pageant girl. Dana.
Steffi.
Kirsten Sinema. Exactly the kind of mistake I would have made. However, here's the good thing. God. I'm getting much more, what's the word, like efficient. Because I haven't even met her yet and made that mistake and then have her break my heart and then,
She's the kind of girl that you would dump and then take back.
Dana Goldberg wrote the best joke about that ever. Because when they brought the L word back.
We're going to try and make this work one more time.
Yeah.
Well, of course, because they're lesbians. Mm-hmm. Let's try it one more time. Okay. But what, seriously, what, you know that, so she and Manchin put out a statement saying, we implore our Republican colleagues to, work with it. They're going to filibuster a January 6th commission to find out about the overthrow of our democracy. And that's not enough to make them say, okay, the filibuster is not work. I mean, it's a thing that was just created in recent years, Dana, this 60 votes. Like, you could get a few Republican votes. You're not going to get 10 for anything. Are you?
And the other thing, I would like to know why, like, these two specifically are so hell-bent on not actually getting rid of the filibuster. Like, what is, because we have our conspiracy theories about, the blackmail with the Republican Party. I would love an explanation, like a real explanation from these two about why they are so hell-bent on freezing this up and actually, because it creates so many problems for the Democratic Party.
Yeah. Yes.
So many problems. From voter suppression to equity, like across the board.
I mean, what do you do? Republicans wouldn't meet with, Kevin McCarthy wouldn't meet with Officer Fanone, Capitol Police person, almost beaten to death, had a heart attack, tased. Gladys Sicknick said, my son Brian Sicknick died because of the insurrectionists who stormed the Capitol building on January 6th. He and his fellow officers fought for hours and hours against those animals who were trying to take over the Capitol building and our democracy. She asked to please meet with all the Republicans, the senators, before they voted.
Yeah.
Nope. The pro-police party said nope.
It's disgusting, actually. It is disgusting. The amount of guilt that they have and their inability to face the mother of a Capitol police officer who was bludgeoned, beaten to death, at this riot. The guilt, it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment, and they know they're guilty. McCarthy knows he's guilty as a participant in this.
And Glenn Kirshner beat me to the as it turns out, the Nazis have voted against being on the Nuremberg committee. Yeah. They were involved. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene, despite her despicable Nazi analogies, she's involved. She gave tours. We haven't even. Of course they're not going. Yeah,
absolutely. Of course they're not going to support this.
I just need to, because I love you, I need to inflict her QAnon Betty on you.
Here's why the establishment, the media, and the Democrats are shocked. They're dazed and confused because they never expected this out of me. The media tried to basically destroy Matt Gaetz with these fake allegations, and the media tried to destroy me right from the start. And the Democrats are trying to take me out as we speak. They have a resolution to expel me.
Okay, it wasn't just Democrats saying that. Please don't.
From me, yeah.
It wasn't just Democrats.
Expected all of this from her.
Right.
It wasn't just Democrats saying, please don't compare wearing a mask to being exterminated by Nazis. I mean, it's okay. Okay. Here's, and again, whiny little victim.
But I've done nothing wrong. I have literally done nothing wrong. The only thing that I have done that they're so offended by is I go in every single day and I speak exactly how real Americans talk at their kitchen tables, how real Americans talk when they're on break at work, how real Americans talk to one another. And I am saying I am being your voice in Congress, and I refuse to back down.
Dana, do you at breakfast when you're talking to real people, is there a lot of despicable anti-Semites? Making Nazi analogies? No?
No, there's no transphobes at my table either, which is really interesting. Yeah.
I guess you don't know any real Americans then. I guess
no.
Wow. I hope that's not true.
Real Americans don't reduce the Holocaust
this line worked
to wearing a mask on your face. I'm sorry.
And we also know this line of crap worked with the former guy. Right. She's following his playbook. Oh, we like him because he says what real Americans are thinking. Like, no, he doesn't say, because his Americans aren't thinking, first of all. Right. So secondly, she's just using a playbook from Trump's. And it's embarrassing.
I opened the show with the new poll, Quinnipiac. Nearly 70% of Americans do not want Donald Trump to run. 30% do. We always have to remember, just when we feel like, oh my God, is this whole country full of despicable, racist people? The answer is no.
No. Just 30%, which is
terrifying. Which is still terrifying, but yeah. But here's the part where she calls Democrats racist.
We're the Americans are the country where we created equality through the civil rights movement. We got rid of racism. We fought against it, and that's something we're all proud of. And the Republican Party needs to stand up against racism that is constantly preached from the Democrats through the media. We need to stand up against the critical race theory, and we need to stand up against the constant, nonstop rhetoric of racism and the constant throwing of the race card by the Democrats all the time.
That's throwing the race card to teach about our history of slavery.
I mean, just that crap of we fought against it. No, you actually did fight against fixing it. Right. It was people like her that were tearing bodies off of a counter in a restaurant because they were black. There was people like them that were using fire hoses against Black Americans. She wasn't fighting racism; she was perpetuating it. It's just, I really hate this woman so much.
Don't you feel like Trump? The main thing, it's just, is it me or is it worse? The whiny white victimhood, right? Starting with his statement from the office of the 45th president. Yay. Okay. Biggest witch hunt in history. No president's ever been treated so... No president's ever been treated so unfairly. Oh my God, what was he, by the way, what was that? He went off on, who was it, Joe Scarborough and Mika? What?
Oh yeah, Joe and Mika.
No one knows why he did that. No one knows.
I don't know what that was about.
It was Tourette's.
Crazy Joe Scarborough and his blood-curdling psycho wife Mika are going crazy because their ratings have absolutely tanked. Actually, MSNBC has beaten third-ranked CNN for 42 straight months. More than doubled its competitors' audience. Okay, okay. Blood-curdling psycho wife. That sounds like a series on Netflix, right, Dana? We could go.
Well, she's the one who has blood.
Next one we're going to binge, and it probably has your next ex-girlfriend in it.
There you go. It probably has a pageant girl in the lead.
Yeah.
But skip right to Rudy Giuliani, which it should be illegal. It should be illegal. Looking into this illegality. I don't understand. Everything that is investigating Republicans is illegal and is despicable.
It's despicable.
Yeah, and, I thought it was surreptitious and exculpatory, as it turns out it was not. He said, he lashed out Cy Vance saying it's an illegal investigation, which is what Trump always says, into Donald Trump. Okay, here's Rudy. He said, it's a vendetta. It should be illegal.
Well, the Attorney General of the state ran on the unusual platform. I'm going to get Trump. And the DA works very closely with her. He's on his way out because he's been so really horrible DA for lots of reasons. But this is a vendetta. It should be illegal if it isn't illegal.
Yeah.
For a prosecutor to conduct a witch hunt investigation trying to find a crime on you.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Nothing's better than a lawyer who's unclear about what's legal and illegal. It should be illegal if it's not illegal. I don't know if it is, but it should be. I'm sorry. Aren't you a lawyer, sir?
You're out of order, and you're out of order. I'm gonna show you guys running here.
Out of order.
Dana, your friend Mary Trump can tell you that. Is it a big deal that Tish James ran on Recup? Because he's been a lifelong criminal. Like, how is that out of order that she ran on finally bringing people to justice? Everyone.
Everyone that's also
no one's
trying
above
to take
the law.
The DA's,
yeah.
Everyone who's going to try and take the DA's be the DA's replacement is also running against trying to fix this two systems of justice and putting bad guys in jail. Right. That's what they do. They put bad guys in prison.
Everybody from your friend Mary Trump to Michael Cohen to the Pulitzer Prize winning authors of the New York Times piece to Michael Cohen can tell you fraud has been their business model his entire
life.
So why would yes, that Tish James ran on, and by the way, guess who else she's suing? Cuomo. Like, it's not partisan. She's like, no one is above the law. That's what she ran on. Please, more Rudy. Why not?
Just pick somebody.
Sure.
Steve Bannon, Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump, Mr. Jones.
Crooks.
I'm going to look at his whole life and let's see if I can pin a crime on.
Because you're crooks.
That's what they're doing to Donald Trump.
Right.
They're looking at his whole life.
Oh.
30 years ago, 20 years ago.
That seems rude.
Did he ever commit a crime? Ever?
Yes.
Yes, every day, actually.
Yes. Just pick anybody. Steve Bannon, Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump. It's weird. All the people he picked are people that actually are criminals. Right. So those people that they happen to pick to persecute for crimes or happen to be criminals is a weird. Okay, one more.
The way you investigate crime in a democracy, in a country of laws, is you get some form of, even if not quite probable cause, but some indication that a crime was committed. We investigate crimes that lead to people. We don't just investigate people. That happens in a dictatorship. And don't tell me we're not headed in that direction. We're headed in the direction of socialist dictatorship.
I feel like Peggy Noonan's Chardonnay canaries are back around my head because I'm like, wait, what? We don't investigate. Right? You investigate people if they're committing crimes. Yes. Like, what? They're just trying to.
That's what indictments are for.
Yes. Okay. And Glenn Kirshner says his is coming soon. So.
Oh, the charges they are. I cannot wait. Their charges are coming, and they're going to be so many. So many.
So many. So much fun. So sad. So sad. 22. I'm sorry. 20.